Let's talk about Teams. So in this session, we're gonna talk a bit about the most fun part.
The legacy thing, SIP to SIP. No, I'm being teased with that. No, my video.
But you
back,
are the oldest guy.
Yeah, I'm the oldest guy, but I'm probably the one with the least knowledge about SIP.
I have never owned a phone with a cord.
Okay, I've got several. No. Let's go back. SIP to SIP. I think one of the biggest migration problem I run into is that we have some legacy, and I say legacy, I know some are still running on, but in my opinion, when we are talking about Microsoft MTR, it's legacy, that's SIP. We still have some room that we need to communicate with, or we have some partners that we're really working closely, and we need to be able to do that. Yeah. It has been a back problem for years and years. We have CVIs, something like Pexip or something like that, that are working with that one and fixing that so you can create it in. But Microsoft have released one really awesome thing is that you can make a SIP to SIP peer call from your Windows MTR, not Android, but from your Windows.
Yeah. I mean, we have quite a lot of customers that are on a path to transition into Teams. Yeah. So it's not that there's a very few customers that is not into Teams right now, but they still have a transition period.
I actually see somewhere where SIP still is a major thing, and that's multi-tenant houses, where they don't have federation enough, so they will run SIP in the video conference, for instance. They could run it on Teams, but it's just, maybe it's easier for them if they don't know
for finding the easy way, and a lot of the problem is that you begin to put a lot of tenant-to-tenant things and how to open federation. So it makes perfect. I'm not saying that SIP is dying. No. I'm just saying that it's more area of uniqueness where I see them at least. Of course, I'm kind of colored from Microsoft, but I think it's a really nice functionality. I've done a few tests and so on, and it actually works really perfect. Yeah. I mean, of course, I might not be the big operator from a regular SIP device, but when you go into the Windows, we know that on the console we have this one dial where you can call persons and so on, and it's just built in that. So you have your person or address.
But you still need the CVI on top.
Yeah,
you need to have an extra license.
You need to have the CVI, and you need that CVI to enable and make a route into that one, so it knows where it's hitting.
So from my point of view, for the future, we will be more just Teams, and there is some legacy that we need to take care of, and that's really good. We have this, and even though it pops up once in a while with SIP, and you're saying it's not dying, in 5 years it's totally dead if you ask me. Even the pages around the world, they will die probably, right? So,
I mean, historically we said the same about faxes in the tele industry, and trust me, I'm still hitting a fax once in a while.
You love that, right?
But yeah, can it fax? No, but yeah, I totally agree that it will be a small area. But I think it's from now, it really makes sense that we can migrate, and it's kind of different that I'm sitting and trying to defend why we should have SIP to SIP, because when I'm doing workshop, no SIP. But I think it's actually nice, and we see different migration scenario where it makes perfect sense. Let's say here in Denmark we have some of our hospitals and so on, when they are communicating across and so on. A lot of them, legacy has SIP and are still running on it and so on, and some are migrating to Teams. Yeah. And they're used to having peer-to-peer calls and so on. It has been a major problem when we are sitting and trying to sell Microsoft's idea to them. Now it's as easy as whatever. You just, like you used to, type in the SIP address of that room you want to call, and you just click call, and everything is up. Of course, limited with all the content sharing and all that stuff that don't have hearts and whatever you can put up and so on. It is a SIP to SIP call.
I think it's okay.
Yeah, so you don't sit and discuss a patient's live with it. Hey, heart, I like that. So, but yeah, there are limitations in it. But I think it's a nice functionality.
Yeah, and I think it's from my point, it's more like being open. I mean, back in the days, it was like each had their own language to communicate in. So Teams was Teams.
Yeah.
So right now we're starting open a bit with direct guest join to Zoom, and then Pexip, not Pexip, but Webex. Now we're getting SIP as well. So it's starting to open more and more because we are communicating on different platforms. And that totally makes sense. And then again, of course, you need to have a license, but then again, it will have a better quality and some
this
other
is a
features.
pro license, just without any set, but I mean, nobody will install a room without a pro license, but that's another thought.
Yeah, I was thinking more about the Pexip license on top, so the CVI.
But and it's not just SIP. Now we are talking about legacy. It's actually H323 as well. So you can make a really legacy call. So, but
that was good old days, like the IP address, hash, the extension, and then there was a secret, like if you added a star, then you could actually also add the passcode to the meeting.
And it's nice. Again, I don't think we'll see a lot of it, but it's a nice functionality, so we can roll out more MTRs out.
Yeah, the interesting part would be for the workflow. So if I'm coming into a Teams room, so a native Teams room on Windows, I was going to have a SIP call, then I would need to hit the dial button, and then I guess you would still need to manually enter the SIP address.
And you need one step ahead, because when I was dialing fast, I forgot you need in a drop down say that is it a Teams, or is it SIP, or is it H323 call. So that's the flow in it exactly. You dial and then you type the address.
Yeah, so there will not be a one touch to join.
No, not at the moment.
No. Okay.
I know that's. I think it's in the roadmap. I think actually it's in the roadmap to get a Pexip.
So that option was actually on the Skype room systems. So
we're not parity yet.
No.
And again, it's legacy, so why bother? Sorry.
No, I think it makes perfectly sense, but I think we can't really track this feature any longer. So let's talk about Teams. We were here talking about SIP with my good friends Carsten and Michael. Thanks so much for watching. See you out there. Bye.